Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee and Conversations. I am Leonie's Tusa. I'm your life coach. I'm delighted to be here with you this Wednesday morning. Oh boy, that was rain yesterday. I hope everyone is safe and secured. I know how it is to deal with flood waters, rising waters. So here's what I trust that everyone will be able to take care of their homes and their spaces and overcome that situation. All right. So once again, I am Leonie's to say I'm your life coach, and I'm delighted, as I always say, to share with you tips on how you can move forward in your life, because after all, I'm about transformation, about transforming lives so that you can live the legacy that you want, so that you could grow, you can develop, and you can mature. All right. So here's what. Yesterday we spoke a bit on, getting it done, your goals and that sort of thing. All right. One of our messages before was about that. And yesterday we spoke into you being responsible for you. All right. You are responsible for you. So one of the key things I want you to pay attention to so that you know how to overcome it is, let's look at some of the things that demotivate us so that we could win on this day. We can win today. We can win on Wednesday. Now, a lot of times when we set goals and everything, I know for a fact that some of us can't deal with the clutter. We can't deal, with a lot of cluttering around us and that sort of thing. We want to have a very nice and clean environment, which we should always have. So that clutter and that disorganization could really kill your vibes, could kill your motivation, all right, could daunt you and that sort of thing. So you want to have your space in a specific kind of energy. You want to have your plants around, to help clean up the air. I know they have a couple plants that you could use. So you could look at some of the plants that you could keep in your home, that are safe enough that you could keep in your home, so that it will help, improve the energy and the vibes. And of course, we got to make time for that cleaning, etc. So whether it's a clutter from within your home, sometimes you have an abundance of emails to go through, or even at the office where you are working, we need to declutter. We need to free up the mind and the energy so that you could create what you really want. So by removing some of the clutter, you'll be able to free yourself and free any unconscious tension that you may have. So let's get rid of the clutter around us. Tidy up your desk, tidy up your spaces, put some nice plants and that sort of thing. Hey, I have a little plant in the corner here too, right? Yeah, well, I'll fix up and put some more plants eventually and that sort of thing. So you want to make sure you declutter. All right. For those of you who are joining me this morning, welcome. We're having coffee and conversations this morning, and we are looking at, those things that can, demotivate us. All right. So we're talking about cluttering. So let's clean up that clutter. The next thing we want to pay attention to is that we want to avoid some of the behaviors. I know the TV, the radio, the music could be, whilst music is an escape in itself, you can find that even checking Facebook very often, playing Candy Crush, playing all those other games, those things can be real distractions. Drinking of alcohol, those things are sucking your energy from you. Some of it, is sucking your energy from you, and you want to just make sure you limit the amount of distractions that you have. Hi, Nasher, nice to have you with me this morning. Feel free to say hi. All right. So one of the things you want to do, you want to ask yourself, what do you need to avoid working on? Sorry, ask yourself, what do you need to avoid, so that you could make your working environment better. You could make your home space better. All right. Or if you have any habits that you want to break, you need to look at those things. So first you need to notice them, and then commit to changing them. So you identify those areas in your life that are distracting. And I know some of us will scroll on TikTok, we'll scroll on Instagram, so blessed morning to you, Natalie, as well. So you want to get out of those areas only positives. All right. So yes, you will get positive information there, but you want to minimize how much time you actually utilize on those other programs. Is what you're doing, is it going to help you improve you in a specific way? Is it in alignment with your goals? All right, so you have to pay closer attention to those things, because I can tell you, before you know it, you can see that you have been flipping through Facebook, laughing and watching at all these other videos and that sort of thing. And when you do check yourself, it's like so much time went by and you were not able to accomplish those goals that you would have set for the day. So you want to pay attention to that. So one, you want to make sure you declutter and organize. And two, you want to refocus your energy into areas that are in alignment with achieving your goals. Now, the third thing I want to talk about, and excuse me, the third thing you want to talk about is that, people's behavior. Sometimes, we all, actually, I like to say we always have a choice into who or what we have in our life. We have a choice. We could choose who we want to entertain and who we don't want to entertain. So we know at times it may not seem like we have a choice because of the environment we are in, or doing it may have consequences. But here's what. There is always some way to create distance from people who demotivates you. Yeah, there's always a way that we could do that. All right, or anybody who distracts you. Because listen, the thing about it is that whether we like it or not, if we want to really achieve those goals that we want to achieve, we have to surround ourselves with people who are on a similar journey, or who you can learn from. All right, so it's really important to recognize that it's their journey in life, it's your journey in life, and you have to take the steering wheel, because you are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for you. So the three things I spoke to this morning is one, to declutter. It's one, to declutter. The second thing, you want to make sure and avoid mechanisms of bad habits. You want to limit how much time you spend on social media as well. If you're coming to listen to a program, you know what time the program is, you come and you listen to that program and you go. You just need to check your messages, you do that and you leave. You don't stay looking at other things. And this comes in when you actually have a plan for the day. Yes, we know that everybody is interconnected, interrelated, and we need to speak with certain people. But here's what. We can choose who we want to hang around most of the times. All right. And here's what. Even if someone demotivates you, sometimes you just have to change the conversation. You just got to change the conversation into one where you would find that it's going to work out much better for you. Now, there are a couple of questions I want to ask you. All right, let me just check my notes here. So what changes, what in your life do you feel that there is clutter and disorganization? Where in your life are you seeing clutter and disorganization? So, because remember, we always have to identify those areas we want to work on. So where do you have clutter in your life or disorganization? All right. What steps are you going to take to shift the clutter and the disorganization? What you're going to do? All right. What are you going to do where that is concerned? What are the specific things you may fear or resist letting go of that create unnecessary busy work, or when you take or on responsibility that aren't yours to take on? And I know some of us like to, take on other people's responsibility. Sometimes you're inclined to. But these are some of the questions you want to ask. And you can ask the same thing in terms of those mechanisms that really take away from your energy. All right. And those people who people's behavior. No, notice I say behavior and not necessarily people. All right. I mean, people have behaviors, but here's what's going on. You got to know you got to know your space, you got to know what you want and make a decision and stick with it. All right. The next thing you want to ask, are there specific people that have behaviors that demotivate you? All right. Do you have people around you? What can you do to limit the exposure of their influence or shift the way you see their behavior? So many times it's all about how we see things and our perspective. Sometimes these people who we say demotivates you, they have their own underlying issues as well. All right, everybody they have their own situation that they are dealing with. So sometimes don't take it too personal. All right, we have to, try not to take it too personal. But those are some questions I want you to ask yourself as you go through the week, as you go through today, because here's what. Hi, Swami. It's nice to meet you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. And the thing about it is that you are responsible for you. I am responsible for me. And once we identify those things that really demotivates us, then we know how to turn that around. You get a solution for it. You turn that around and you make the best of it. And you deal with it. Because if you don't deal with it, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen that is directed by you. You're going to be, as I said, like a leaf high. You're going to be like a leaf sailing on the water. And I mean, we don't want that, right? So this morning, I just want to wrap that up with coffee and conversation. We just need to touch base, declutter, start decluttering, start cleaning up. Start cleaning up your space, your environment, clean up your desk. And then you say, okay, yes, I'm ready to work. All right. And you just need to keep doing that. You need to check yourself from time to time. So once again, thank you so much for joining me on Coffee and Conversation this morning. I am Leonie Stusa, your life coach, and I am always super excited and sharing with you on a morning because I want you to win. I want you to go out and win this day. It's Wednesday. So bye for now, y'all. See you tomorrow, God's willing. Bye.